crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadrunner.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga coffee. All right, we're going to talk about some silver conspiracy stuff for those you conspiracy-minded people, which is a lot these days. It's amazing how far we've come from being called tinfoil hat guys when I was with GATA, Bill Murphy and gang. It was like maybe a couple dozen of us screaming, hey, it's all rigged, it's all rigged. And nobody would listen. Tinfoil hats. Jeffrey Christian kept saying, tinfoil hats. Lo and behold, 20 years later, it's been proven the largest fine in commodity history, $920 million to JP Morgan. During the time we were screaming about it, during the time Jeffrey Christian was yelling, oh, these crazy people. Jeffrey Christian was part of it, is part of it. He's a co-conspirator, my friends. Check it out. You need to go, CFTC, go get Jeffrey Christian's emails back at the time when they were rigging. See how big a role he played. Especially emails between Jeffrey Christian and Robert Rubin. I hate to tell you, they were buddy-buddy at Goldman, implementing the gold leasing plans to suppress the price of gold. And now we have gold derivatives on steroids, especially coming out of the Perth Mint. The Perth Mint. If you saw my discussion yesterday or day before yesterday, I was talking about the Perth Mint and the criminality going on there. And voila, yesterday we have a Sky News Australia report on the Perth Mint. It's basically a huge advertisement saying, oh my God, we have so much gold and silver. Don't listen to these people. Check out who else? The CEO.
Including the Newmont Normandy nugget, which weighs about 25 kilograms. Chief Executive Richard Hayes says the Mint refines about 350 tonnes of gold each year.
We've got customers in about 130 countries. We also have a big depository business here, which is essentially a business that takes gold on deposit. And we store it for those customers. I've got about 60,000 of those worldwide at the moment, and we've got about $6 billion worth of precious metals that we manage on behalf of our clients.
That's scary. Look at all that silver. That's nothing. You sneeze that in 15 minutes on the comics. $6 billion worth of silver and gold that they manage for clients, and they are leasing it out. This guy is desperate. That's why he's all over the news, all over the media these days. They are absolutely desperate. And everybody's calling up and say, hey, I got allocated certificates. I want to turn it into the real thing, real silver. I hear that a lot of people saying, hey, I have gold that I want to swap into silver. They don't let you do that. Andy Scheckman will let you do that. If you don't have it, if you have gold and you want to swap it for silver, send Andy an email, Andy, A-N-D-Y, at milesfranklin.com, milesfranklin.com. Andy will do that for you. You are insane to hold gold. You can get 70 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold. How many times do I have to scream this? It's like screaming about the, Theta being the number one crypto. And it's moving there. I hope everybody has loaded up on their Theta. The gold to silver ratio is completely wrong. It's not even out of whack. It is wrong. It will go to 1-to-1 because there's 6 billion ounces of gold and 6 billion ounces of silver. If you take away manipulation, that's what the fair market value would be. Now, those who say it's coming out of the ground 8-to-1, I agree. It's coming out of the ground 8-to-1. Even 8-to-1 would be a great ratio, but remember, most of that goes into the industrial side and gets consumed. So as far as gold in the investment form and silver in the investment form, it's more like 1-to-1 coming out of the ground as well. It is insane that it's 70-to-1, and it's only 70-to-1 because of people like this. Richard Hayes. He is about as crooked as they get. Oh, did I tell you he's an ex-Rothschild banker? Of course he is. Why are they having bankers run the Perth Mint? Bankers need to get away from commodities altogether. They need to get out of commodities. Or take their banking license away from them. But yes, he's deep and dirty. Got busted way back when for secret recording reveals Perth Mint CEO knew of corruption in advance. He's a liar. He's been a proven liar. Now this is a few years back. This is 2020, less than a year ago, and this guy's still heading up the Perth Mint, spreading his lies. Listen to some more of his lies.
What's the minimum amount of gold that you can buy?
An Australian dollar is the smallest amount that you can buy. So it gets people able to come in, get used to investing in gold, get used to seeing how the smartphone app works, how the storage facilities work. And once they're comfortable with that, then the sky is the limit.
The Mint is home to the largest...
The sky's the limit, as long as you don't want to take it out of their hands. You can't have any of that. It's insane. Oh, John Adams is doing a great job down in Australia exposing this stuff. I would like to point out that the banker of the Perth Mint is a bank called Macquarie. Macquarie. Keep remembering that name, Macquarie. What has Macquarie done in the past 2 months? This is a non-delivery month. They've had to deliver about 6 million ounces of silver. And oh, by the way, the unallocated account at the Perth Mint, or allocated pooled account, which is mobilizing right now, that's about 6.7 million. So they got a little bit left. They just have a little tiny bit left. But yes, they are mobilizing that, and the records are stale at the Perth Mint. They go back to November of 2020. They haven't updated their records. It is insane what's going on, but that's the game. You'll link up the banksters with the derivative markets, with the refiners, and you put your bankster in charge of that Perth Mint. Now, in the U.S., it's different. The U.S. is, I like the guy. He's fairly new, David Ryder at the U.S. Mint. He runs the U.S. Mint. I've been dealing with these bastards at the U.S. Mint for a long time. And they're all bastards. They're all puppets. David Ryder's not a puppet. David Ryder, I think, works for the good guys. He's promoting silver. He's promoting gold. He's saying we need to make more products, get them into the hands of the people, is what we need to do. So I give 2 thumbs up right now to David Ryder. He might prove me completely wrong. I don't know if they still hedge their book. If they do, that's a problem, and David needs to address that. But they used to through HSBC, which is like insane, a foreign bank controlling the U.S. Mint hedge book. And why is the U.S. Mint even hedging? They, by law, have to buy silver, enough silver to meet demand. They aren't doing that. But that's more from the Treasury side, Janet Yellen's side. So David Ryder, keep up the good work. He's got something in mind right now. It's really exciting. He's talking about, I just watched an interview with him. He's talking about the adding more security measures to our numismatic coins. Not numismatic, bullion coins, silver and gold eagles, along with other products. I think he's a good guy. Whereas at the Perth Mint, you have an ex-Rothschild criminal banker. This guy, Richard Hayes, is a joke. Anyway, that's where we are. Yes, the Perth Mint is mobilizing their metal through Macquarie. And you notice it's Macquarie's house account, meaning Macquarie claims that all that silver at the Perth Mint is theirs. Just like Goldman Sachs says all the deposited ETF metal is theirs to hedge as an authorized participant, which I think that's bullshit. Unless BlackRock changes their prospectus, that is not the case. And oh, by the way, did you guys know that Goldman, back in December, Goldman in gold ETF after completing purchase from the Perth Mint. So Goldman is knee-deep in this criminality with the Perth Mint as well. Gold investors are losing a unique product that allowed them to redeem paper gold into bullion as Goldman Sachs completes its acquisition of Perth Mint physical gold ETF. The deal was announced in earlier October and represents Goldman's first commodity-backed exchange-traded fund. The new ETF will be renamed Goldman Sachs Physical Gold ETF. By the way, I read the prospectus. You cannot take that gold out. It's not even owned by you. It's just tracking the price of gold. So anybody who has that, let's take Goldman out of the gold business and out of the silver business by taking physical delivery everywhere you can. You cannot on this ETF. If you own the Goldman ETF, get out. If you're in a mutual fund that owns it, get out. They do not, and do not even claim in the prospectus that you have any relation to gold. They control it. They own it. They can shut it down at any moment, and you will never get it. It just tracks the price, supposedly. I don't even know why they buy physical gold. I don't even know that they do. There are no requirements. And guess who their storage partner is? The custodian of the gold is, drum roll please, JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon. Of course. And here it is. Ridiculous. A ridiculous prospectus. I read the prospectus. It's a joke. The whole thing is a joke. And speaking of jokes, get ready, Bitcoin. Goldman Sachs files for an ETF capable of investing in Bitcoin. Hey, Bitcoin's getting away from us. We need to control it with derivatives. What do? Let's get Goldman out there to start an ETF that we can hedge, we can do shorts on, we can manipulate. It's going to be so fun. So this is coming. Look out, the bad guys are coming. Again, David Ryder, 2 thumbs up. I believe he's part of the Q team, part of the good guys. And all you people who have third-party storage, the government doesn't care. Where it is, if it's in Switzerland or Zurich, they're going to take it. Here is FBI raids business renting anonymous safety deposit boxes. Forces customers to reveal identity to get their stuff back. The government doesn't care anything about your rights, your privacy, the Constitution. They care nothing about it. It is your job to store your own metal, not in anybody else's hands, because you will lose it. In a case that's already sparked one lawsuit, a Beverly Hills strip mall business which rents private anonymous safe deposit boxes was raided by the FBI last month, at which time the agency conducted a blanket seizure of hundreds of customers' belongings. A blanket seizure. I mean, they don't, with no probable cause. They don't know what's in these boxes, and they don't know why they're going to take them, because they can. Centralized storage is the worst. To retrieve their valuables, customers will need to identify themselves and subject themselves to an investigation to verify their legal ownership. According to the LA Times, which noted that one customer has already gone to court claiming that the government overreached its confiscating the contents of every single security box. The U.S. company, U.S. Private Vaults, has been accused of laundering money for drug dealers. Why do they always use that? And yet it's the banks that do it. The banks and the CIA that are mostly involved in all the drug dealing and laundering money, obviously. I mean, in Bitcoin, a tiny amount of money is laundered. At Deutsche Bank, massive billions and billions of dollars is laundered. Same with JP Morgan and all the big banks. If you want to crack down on that, shut down those banks. It's insane. In an indictment against U.S. Private Vaults, Inc., the U.S. Attorney for Los Angeles accused the company of marketing itself deliberately to attract criminals, saying it brazenly promoted itself as a place customers could store valuables with confidence that tax authorities would be hard-pressed to learn their identities or what was stored in their locked boxes. To access the facility, customers needed no identification. It took just an eye and a hand scan to unlock the door. We don't even want to know your name, it advertised. That sounds like freedom to me. You don't know that they committed any crimes, the people who rented those boxes. So how are they seizing all the boxes, whether or not you committed a crime or not, and they're running investigations on no basis of anything? Because it's the government. They don't care about you. They never will. We need to remove ourselves from government. Don't put anything in a lockbox. Third-party storage, kiss it goodbye. This is just more proof that it's coming. All right, I wanted to play this. Charles Barkley. Check this out. Spitting out some truth.
Shared that news and how painful it was.
Yeah, but the one thing I took out of that piece was, man, I think most white people and black people are great people. I really believe that in my heart. But I think our system is set up where our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, are designed to make us not like each other so they can keep their grasp of money and power. They divide and conquer. I truly believe in my heart most white people and black people are awesome people, but we're so stupid following our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats. And their only job is, hey, let's make these people not like each other. We don't live in their neighborhoods. We're all got money. Let's make the whites and blacks not like each other. Let's make rich people and poor people not like each other. Let's scramble the middle class. I truly believe that in my heart.
There goes all his endorsements. I love it. Charles Barkley, 2 thumbs up to you, buddy. Speaking some truth. I love it. Anyway, I have posted the Jenny Moonstone reading. It's a kick-ass ones. The Silver Shell games. Theta's Bix Planet. I was supposed to be Big Planet, but I accidentally put Bix. And Holochain's potential future. Yes. I have basically a handful of investments. Theta's number 1. Silver's number 2. And then I got Litecoin and Holochain. Litecoin because Litecoin will be the number 1 go-to crypto when a means of exchange is necessary. And judging from what's going on with the derivative market in the banksters and all the rigging operations and the ability for silver to break out of their grasp, that's going to cause major havoc in the bankster means of exchange world. So I think Litecoin is the right coin as a means of exchange. Yes, it'll be crazy when Litecoin finally breaks free, but it's going 4-to-1. When that happens, we're talking 4-to-1 with Bitcoin. If you think Bitcoin's going to go to 100,000, that means you think Litecoin's going to go to, it should go 4-to-1, 25,000. And how does that happen? If the banks lose control of that means of exchange, they have a monopoly on. And that's what's happening. Get yourself a Litecoin card. So yes, absolutely Litecoin. And then Holochain, it's the future of decentralized cloud sharing, and it's a potential. And Jenny Moonstone recommended it as her second elemental coin, so I got some. And I know a lot of Road people saying, okay, I'll give this one a shot. Who knows? There's a long way to go there. But definitely Theta. Oh my God. There's so much coming down the pike in Theta right now. And the price is like $11 or $12. When it's $11 or $12,000, then talk to me about how expensive it was buying it at $11 or $12. It's just the monster of monsters, and a few beautiful things. One, it never ICO'd, thank God. Now, right now, they're doing something with the Theta Fuel, so that you're going to probably have to report that as income if you earn it. Not sure how that's all working. Theta Labs wants to stay on the side of the law. You don't want to fight the city hall. At the same time, the good guys and the bad guys know the success of Theta is absolutely necessary for the future to move forward on the high-tech side. The internet will be broken in a matter of a couple years unless a fix is put in, and nobody has any kind of large broadband expansion project happening right now. You'd have to put tens of trillions of dollars into expanding broadband just to keep up, and nobody's going to do it. That's where Theta Labs comes in. It's a software fix to a $10 trillion problem. And no crypto would even work unless Theta works. And it does work. And oh, by the way, everybody's going to be dealing in it. So that's my take. Yeah. Got Theta. Anyway, go check out Private Road at roadrooter.com. Sign up for free public updates on the left side there. And we're getting into some exciting things for silver. So hang on tight. And Theta, obviously, load up. And that's all I got for you. It's Bix Weir, roadrooter.com. I'll talk to you later.
Hey, Charlie's here. Thank you, Charlie, for coming. We're big fans of your coin.
Can you sing?
No. So, by the way, Charlie, we wrote a song for your coin and what we think is going to happen to it. I don't know if it will happen, but I'm really excited about it. It's called Litecoin is the Right Coin. I know you believe that, right? Okay. So, your name is used in the song. Have you ever been in the song? You're gonna like it. It's fun. Are you guys ready? Well, first of all, look at all these crazy people, right? How many people like Litecoin? How many people are happy that many years ago Charlie was sitting at his computer and said, hey, you know, I'm gonna make a clone of Bitcoin, but it's gotta be faster, it's gotta be cheaper, it's gotta be better. I'm gonna make it the silver of Bitcoin's gold. Thank you for that. That was a good moment. That was a great moment. So this is our tribute to Litecoin. And to you people, you lovely crazy people. Ready? We're gonna go fast or slow? We got drums.
It's your song.
Like I'm right on. Are you wondering what to do? Where to put your money down? Grow the most for you, where they grow you all these choices. Afraid you're gonna lose. I told you gonna platform, you know you gotta choose. And with the bankers out to get you, the comments over the range. Litecoin is the right one as a means of exchange. Well, Charlie is the man, the one that you can trust. The nicest guy in cryptos, now about the must. When he sold all his Litecoin, donation to the cause. He still works his ass off, fixing all the flaws. You see, Charlie has a plan, and bankers can't make change. Litecoin is the right one as a means of exchange. Litecoin is the right one as a means of exchange. If you'll buy a cup of coffee, when Lightning is arranged, my bank is on my cell phone. I can walk in any store. I scan the code, I'm hiding the load, I'm walking out the door, and every crypto has a purpose. There's things about to change. Litecoin is the right one as a means of exchange. Well, Bitcoin ain't so bad. This way you got them slow. Too many confirmations, but did the core depth know? Roger's Bitcoin Cash can really scale and grow. And she always scares me till we can pick the whole damn show. But we gotta use some. Everything's about to change. Litecoin is the right one as a means of exchange. Litecoin is the right one as a means of exchange. You can buy a cup of coffee. Now Lightning is arranged. My bank is on cell phone. I walk in any store. I scan the code, no time to load. I'm walking out the door. And every crypto has a purpose. Everything's about to change. Litecoin is the right one as a means of exchange. Well, hello, crypto kid. You really looking pretty. I don't think you're healthy. Deep in the nitty-gritty. See, I never needed crypto. That sounded kind of true. You're just a bad, it's kind of sad. I hear them all in the zoo. See, I'm looking for a use case when banks go down the drain. And Litecoin is the right one as a means of exchange. And Litecoin is the right one as a means of exchange. You could buy a cup of coffee. The Lightning is arranged. My bank is on my cell phone. You're walking in the store. I scan the code, no time to load. I'm walking out the door. And every crypto's got a purpose. Everything's about to change. And Litecoin is the right one as a means of exchange. Litecoin is the right one as a means of exchange. You buy a cup of coffee. The Lightning is arranged. My bank is on my cell phone. I walk in any store.